Hello, dear listeners. Do you enjoy playing video games with your best friends? Then I have the pod for you. I'm Philip, host of the Gaming Together, a cooperative podcast. Each week, my co-host Nave and I break down a cooperative experience in gaming, and we are always looking for new co-op partners to join us. So come play with us on the Gaming Together podcast.
So I'm standing over this toilet taking a piss, and I'm playing my Pokemon, and I dropped it in the toilet. I remember the Game Boy just tumbling into water. And I remember screaming for my mom, trying to get this Game Boy
Wait, how
out,
old were you?
and she yelled at me. And I
Oh
was
my
just,
god.
traumatized. I was like, no, my Pokemon.
That's Gaming Together, a cooperative podcast. Come on down, co-op partners.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the ItJustWorksPodcast. I am your host, Ryan, and today I'm basically just going to thank you so much for listening to the show, talk about Pokemon Crown Tundra, and go over the Series X. I do a horrible job of talking about it because this entire episode was just kind of, let's just hit record and see what happens. Like I said, it's really just to thank you so much for listening and kind of going over the community thing I'm really trying to start. This whole show is based off creating a community, in my opinion, and that is you emailing in the show questions about anything regarding movies, music, and video games. I want to hear everything you guys have to say, so you can email me on my Gmail. It is itjustworkspod@gmail.com. Once again, it is itjustworkspod@gmail.com. I cannot stress that enough. If there is something you want to add to the show, whether it's you being on the show, a topic, feedback, what you like or what you don't like, what you want to hear more about, any questions you have about anything we've talked about or something I have not talked about, I'd love to hear it. I really do. I think it would add a lot to the show, and it's something that I'd love to do for you guys. So that's pretty much it. Thank you again for listening to the show, and let's cue that intro. Hello. Hey guys, welcome in. Welcome to the It Just Works podcast. I appreciate you being here. I literally just hit the record button. I don't really have a plan on what I'm recording on. I mainly just wanted to release a thank you episode just to say thank you so much. The It Just Works podcast has hit 1,000 plays total across all of our episodes. And wow. I started the podcast towards the end of June or beginning of June. I don't remember. But I started it in the middle of COVID. And the podcast has been something I've always wanted to do. And to see the support that it's gotten so far across the board is insane. I mean, we got people listening to this show in different countries, everybody. Oh my God. I cannot stress this enough how excited I am for the future of this show. What we have planned when it comes to future episodes. I appreciate you all so much. Words can truly not express the amount of gratitude I feel inside right now. I have never stuck to anything besides playing video games, working, waking up every day for life. Any project I've ever come up with or anything I've ever been involved with, I never really saw it through. And this podcast is truly the first thing in my life where nope, I'm going to stick to this. I'm going to keep doing it. Sure, if I need a break here and there, take a break. But I always wanted to stream. I always wanted to have a YouTube channel just because people always told me growing up, oh, bro, what? I don't know why I had to be all bro. But people always told me growing up, man, you should really post your clips. You'd blow up, right? Or people would love to watch you play. And when I did stream, when I originally started streaming in 2014 with the Twitch app that was built into Xbox and also with the Elgato streaming device, I was picking up between 30 and 40 viewers. I feel like I started off pretty good if I would have, stuck with it. And I was streaming Titanfall and I was streaming Rise, Son of Rome, probably whatever games I had at that time. But I never stuck to it. I gave up or whatever, and my computer just got super loud. So sorry if you hear that. Wow, that fan is going off right now. I wanted to make this episode and tell you guys just like seriously, if there's something you want to do out there, go fucking do it. Like I always wanted to do a podcast. And to be honest with you, I don't even like hearing my own voice. I listen to all the episodes I release just to double check, where I can improve. Oh, really? Why am I getting notification sounds? Sorry about that, everyone. Where I can improve, just like what's next, and just seeing the changes I could make. And I definitely didn't do it to hear my own voice. Sorry, the whole like noise just threw me off of the little tangent I just went on. But the point is, it's nice to stick to something that I'm really, grateful for. I love video games. I love music. I love movies. I love entertainment. So to be able to relied? Wow, Ryan can't talk today. To be able to release these shows, if I have Alex, Eric on, Brandon, when we first started, he'll be back eventually. Got a episode planned with him. Just having people on the show is so much fun. It really creates a great conversation. Me and Alex, he's like one of my best friends, but we don't see eye to eye to everything. So to like actually sit down and talk with him about certain movies or video games and to hear like his opinion is pretty badass, because I definitely don't want to just sit here and agree with somebody. I like people that, challenge my thoughts, and then obviously we come to a middle ground and go, okay, it's just a discussion. It's not like we're sitting here debating. Speaking of this, I'm recording this on the presidential debate, so yikes. On the night of the debate. But yeah, so, if there's something you want to do out there, just go fucking do it, unless it's, committing a crime, then you probably shouldn't do it. Just be a better person. But I don't know. I just wanted to make this episode real quick to say thank you guys so much, but we are going to talk about a few things real quick. Halo Shadows of Reach actually came out. I released the episode on Tuesday about Halo 4 and 5. And there is the book, Halo Shadows of Reach, it takes place a year after Halo 5. And it takes place, however long before Halo Infinite. And I'm 4 chapters in right now. And let me tell you, this book is worth your time. If you like Halo a lot, or if you like reading, if you just like sci-fi novels, I cannot recommend this enough. If there's one thing 343 really does right that Bungie nailed, it's continuing the lore of these characters and making sure that they all feel important. And what I'm saying is when they talk about the aliens, the Banished, when the Jirahane, the Brutes are talking, like, oh my God, I don't want to get too much into it, because then I basically spoil characters. But hearing the Covenant and the Banished talk to each other, just their dialogue is so much different than the Spartans and, the UNSC. Oh, it's amazing. I just want to leave it at that. Please go pick up Halo Shadows of Reach. It's also available on audible.com, which is actually where I'm reading/listening to it. Like I said, I'm 4 chapters in, and I seriously can't recommend it enough. So go check that out. And also, as I am recording this, and as you're hearing this, Pokemon's Sword and Shield Crown Tundra DLC expansion is now live. Please go check it out. I'm actually recording this real quick as it's downloading because I want to go play it. It should be amazing. I will be doing a review of it. I will probably beat it by Saturday, so I'll probably do an episode on it next week. I will do a review for it. So keep a lookout for that. Also, I wanted to actually do I have anything else to talk about right now? Well, you know what? Let's keep the show on the road, right? I will look up some new. Oh, I do want to talk about, actually, since my original episode got deleted. Xbox Series X got previewed by a ton of journalists and content creators in the community, and everyone's basically mind blown by the product. There's been nothing but good things. People are saying, it's overheating, but there's actually a YouTube channel out there called Digital Foundry, which basically goes over the technical side of video games, whether it's frame rate, ray tracing, graphics, textures. And now at Xbox, they tested the heating, and believe it or not, the system actually stays cooler than a One X. And I have a One X, and it's a fucking oven. So don't buy into that news about, the Xbox Series X overheating. The consoles will get hot as you're using them. That is natural, but they are not overheating. Unless you place them in the wrong spot, then, it's going to get, pretty hot. So another thing that came out with Microsoft is them saving GameStop in air quotes. So Microsoft and GameStop have a partnership now to essentially, GameStop will be using Microsoft's cloud service for all of their needs. Literally from an admin, like bookkeeping, payroll, well, maybe not payroll, but customer service, like everything that makes GameStop function will now be used through Microsoft services. So that could be Microsoft Office, their cloud network, all of it. And so GameStop signed a deal with Microsoft to be partnered in this sense. Now, there might be a bigger part of the partnership that comes out, but currently that's about it. However, the reason why it's worth talking about is GameStop's shares actually went up 44% since this partnership. So who knows? This might actually save. I am so sorry. This might actually save GameStop. So who knows? Well, it could be worse, right? So Call of Duty Warzone, we're going to move on to that real quick, has a holiday event. You can fight zombies in Warzone. You can experience a saw part of the level. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass because, to be honest with you guys, I'm just so ridiculously excited to, make this show when I make it, to actually have the support I've had so far. Just really blows my mind away. So, I can't even think straight right now, but I really do appreciate all of you guys listening to this show. Yeah, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and leave it at that. My internet is messing up, apparently. So the next episode, God willing, everything goes well, we'll have a guest, and it will be on a good movie. So I'm really excited to kind of tease that there with you guys. And then I will be back next week for a review of Pokemon Crown Tundra. Unless it has that much content and I'm still not done, then we will see what happens. But I'm really excited to continue putting episodes out for you guys. Thank you so much for your support. But one thing I really want to get across that I think you should all get involved with is the community. I want you to email me questions. If you want to be on the show, if you want to bring up a topic and we can discuss it. This show is all about coming together and talking about things we love, in the entertainment industry, video games, pop culture stuff, right? So you can email the show. It is itjustworkspod@gmail.com. itjustworkspod@gmail.com. You can email me, tell me what you like about the show, tell me what you don't like about the show, anything you want to, hear me talk about, if you want to be on the show. If you have any questions or if you want to bring a question up to the show so we can discuss it, please make sure to do that. You will remain anonymous unless specified otherwise. And I just think it would be great. I would love to answer any questions. I know a lot about Xbox, Halo, Pokemon. All this stuff I've talked about, I'm pretty knowledgeable. I'm not getting paid to be knowledgeable, so I don't know everything. But I feel like I can really answer some questions out there. So please send an email at itjustworkspod@gmail.com. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll talk to you real soon. Have a good day.